Real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk with Tim McGee.
Protests on the streets near Minneapolis and anger once again aimed at the police force, prompted by the death of yet another black man, this time 20-year-old Dante Wright. Police in Brooklyn Center, a suburb of Minneapolis, say officers pulled over a man just before 2 p.m. on Sunday and discovered he had an outstanding arrest warrant. As they tried to detain him, he got back in the car. One officer shot Dante Wright, who then drove away but hit another vehicle. He was declared dead at the scene.
One officer had fired a weapon, striking the driver. The vehicle continued and eventually crashed, and medical resources were then deployed to the scene to aid the people in both the vehicle that was crashed into and the original group. The driver of the vehicle was deceased.
His mother was on the phone with him when it all happened. She said they pulled him over for having air fresheners hanging from the rearview mirror, an illegal offense in Minnesota.
I heard scuffling and I heard the police officer say, "Dante, don't run." And then the other officer said, "Put the phone down," and hung it up. And then a minute later, I called and his girlfriend answered, which was the passenger in the car, and said that he'd been shot, and she put it on the driver's side, and my son was laying there, life.
Bullshit, y'all not gonna keep getting away with it, because we're gonna be here every fucking day, every night. It's gonna go up the whole summer like it did last summer. Keep playing with us. We coming together and we not letting y'all get us down no longer. Y'all have nothing against us. Watch out. What was that for? What was that for? Are you kidding me? What was that for?
Roll it back! Roll it back! Roll it fucking back! Roll it back! Kick that shit! Roll that shit back! Can we get a minute? Well, he gets 6 seconds.
There's 4 kids in there! You're not protecting anybody!
Just shooting that kid,
There's
man.
kids up there! What are you
That kids,
protecting?
man.
What are you protecting? Fucking do your job! Fuck you!
Yeah, fuck 12, bitch. Fuck 12. Fuck 12. 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Y'all didn't learn from George Floyd. No justice, no peace. Want to kill the police. But what I have been so wrong with us?
Hey, come on.
Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! The fuck was
Headshot.
Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Tim McGee. Over the weekend, protesting has broken out over the shooting of 20-year-old Dante Wright, a man who was shot during a traffic stop, and apparently he was actually pulled over for having too many incense up, the car scents up on the what you call it, rear view mirror. So they put him over for that, what turns out not to even be a violation in Brooklyn, Minnesota. But, like I said, they always like to use felonious as reason to engage us. And then it usually turn deadly with us. That's why we don't like him, we don't respect him. I just did a video today about the police officer that maced the lieutenant, the black Latino lieutenant that was in uniform. They always look for a reason to fuck with us. With this one ended deadly. They pulled him over, came back to he had a felony warrant, and he attempted to flee. In the process of fleeing, the police officer, who is a woman, even we say it this way, even the women in law enforcement is killing us. And they said right before he ran, she yelled, "Don't run, Dante," and he ran anyways. He didn't have no weapon, wasn't no threat. He just didn't want to go to jail for a felony warrant. So he tried to run. You know how many times I done ran from the police? I got many felony attempted to elude the police officer in vehicles and on feet. That's just part of the street life. If you ain't gonna want to go to jail today, I ain't going. You know, and so I ain't never got shot though for doing that. You know, just use your dogs and your helicopters and all your resources that you have. There's so many other resources you have besides just killing the motherfucker in the back. So anyhow, he attempted to run, and while he was running, she yelled out, "Taser," but instead it was a gun. So now you're trying to tell me y'all go through all these $millions of training and you don't know the difference between a taser and a gun? Your life wasn't in threat. Y'all just always try to play like y'all Batman and superheroes and think y'all can do what y'all want. And so he ran. And so she shoots him in the back. He jumps in the car and drives off with his girlfriend who's in the car. And he crashes into another motorist, dead. And the other motorists are in the hospital injured, and his girl was in the car, and she filmed the whole thing and showed it, called his mom. He was on the phone with his mom while it happened. She said that the phone hung up in the middle of this traffic stop, and next you know she called back, and the girlfriend answered and said that they had shot him and he crashed into somebody and he was dead, and she showed the phone, veered the phone over to his body. He was slumped over the steering wheel. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. So I'm just speechless right now, man, because everything there is to be said done already been said. And at this point, you just beating the dead horse. It's like it just keep happening, man. It just keep happening. Now let's see if they're going to fire this officer and charge him, or they're going to try to justify and say, oh, it was a mistake. It don't, man, that's bullshit now. That's going to be the new cover up for police officers when they kill us. It was a mistake. Hell, the Derek Chauvin guy would probably try that too, except we didn't have video and we saw it wasn't no mistake. You intentionally killed him. Well, this is intentionally killing somebody too. I don't give a fuck. You can't say somebody's trained to do something, and then when they go against their training and then try to say, oh, they're human. Nah, fuck that. They're trained to be in this position. That's why they're supposed to have the respect that they have. But they don't have the respect because they don't honor their position. They don't honor the law. They don't honor life. And they don't honor the people they're supposed to protect and serve. All they do is kill. They don't protect, serve shit. They don't de-escalate shit. All they do is shoot to kill. I mean, he wasn't a threat. If you really wanted to arrest him, stop him, you could have shot him in the leg, and there was no reason to shoot him. He had no weapon. Your life wasn't in danger. Any given day, a police officer can go to work and pull somebody over, and they do that, and they decide this is what separates the many other times as a police officer, someone ran on you, you just chased him and got the dogs and put up a perimeter. Why wasn't this the case? It wasn't a threat. You just gonna shoot and kill him? While the George Floyd trial was going on in the same fucking state, not too far from where another police officer killed somebody. I mean, this got to be on every police officer's minds, and they still going out there acting reckless. I'm telling y'all, this shit pisses me off. But I know I'm going to do another story on this because I expect to be doing a story on this sometime this week or next week, with them telling us that police officer was fired and charges are going to be charged on them. Everybody, y'all need to stay on this. And the protest, people is protesting and going crazy, you know, because this is deja vu. You seen the girls talking in the beginning. That's the sentiment that everybody's sharing, because it's going to pop off, man. It's going to pop off, man. Y'all just better be ready, man. But if you can't handle the real talk that I talk on this page, don't come talk to me, because I ain't no news organization. I'm an everyday person that is experiencing a lot of this shit and witnessing a lot of shit that I talk about with y'all. And so I'm talking about it from my perspective, people like me, real talk, you know? Something has to happen, man. But this is Real Talk with Tim McGee. Like, support, subscribe, and check out my next episode.